shit ba doop doop ba doop da doo 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 doo. Fucking Terrence, hey. So apparently, Strikeforce has canceled the rest of its events for the year 2012, and recently Dana White reaffirmed that he likes the concept of women's MMA. Did no one really see this coming? The moment that Strikeforce became a property of Zuffa, it was quite evident, what was going on. What I thought at that moment was that, eventually UFC is going to absorb all the good fighters, and, Strikeforce should probably become just all women, or just dissolve altogether. But, that's basically exactly what we're facing, because, come on now, it's just, I'm always making relations to, sports entertainment wrestling, whatever, WWE wrestling. But the same thing happened, ECW is up and coming, real gritty wrestling, and, eventually WWE bought the name and turned it into a shit show and just kind of merged them. But if you think about it, from the moment that happened, Strikeforce became a talent pool for, it was like, the AAA league or whatever. And also where, UFC vets go to die. Like, for example, Keith Jardine, who had that absolutely absurd draw with Gegard Mousasi, in which he was beaten senseless the entire time. It was like a 30-26 fight. But, Marquardt, he went there, he did his thing. But, they always said that they weren't going to mix. But, then Frank Mir was scheduled to fight Daniel Cormier. Come on now. You had to see this coming. Strikeforce is losing, there's not enough guys left. Now it's just the champs and the guys that are just, in the middle. I don't think Gil Melendez wants to come to the UFC. That's for damn well sure. But, at this point, he called out, send over a guy from UFC. Gil Melendez, you might get exposed in the UFC sooner than you expected. Should have been careful what you wished for. But anyway, we got Shields, Boo. We got Diaz. We see what he can do at welterweight. So, we got the big names out, and, Daniel Cormier became a big name, and all of a sudden he's going to fight a UFC fighter. I mean, it's just like monopolizing the MMA industry, if you think about it. So, now, I mean, I am a fan of UFC, and actually lately, the things that come out of Dana White's mouth are becoming less and less rage-provoking. I don't know how else to put it. But, looks like he's got his hooks in, so to speak, on the industry. Well, him and Zuffa. But, he's the face. And, yeah. I always wondered if they'd put women in UFC, but, who knows? Maybe Rousey Cyborg will be the first women's UFC fight, a title fight. What do you guys think? I don't know. You could say that some of the divisions in UFC are lacking a little bit of competition. Like, for example, middleweight. I mean, Weidman and Tim Bost just came down. He's had some impressive wins. Nothing like Chris Weidman. He just destroys worlds. And like I said, that kid's going places. I don't necessarily see him beating Anderson Silva, but he's definitely, he's definitely up there in the top 3 of the division. But that division's lacking a little depth, and we got Luke Rockhold. Hey, come on in. The heavyweight division, the Reem is still on suspension as of right now, and he's sure to get up in there. But if you think about it, I mean, who's JDS fighting? The guy he got the belt from only one fight ago. heavyweight division in UFC's lacking some superior, super duper guys. Here comes Daniel Cormier. And, it's going to be awkward for the guys like Jardine and Marquardt who went over there because they couldn't hack it in UFC anymore. But, I guess it's a good opportunity for a lot of the scrappy guys like T. Wood and, guys like that to make it over to UFC. But at the same time, I think it's kind of sad that you're left without a choice. Things are going to be done the UFC way now. And Strikeforce, they come out with their crazy entrances and dancing girls and all that crazy shit. It's, there's more pageantry involved. But, what's going to come, what's going to stay? Are they going to continue to drag out Strikeforce? Or, are they just going to have only Strikeforce challengers for up-and-comers? Will Strikeforce become all women? Will women come to the UFC? Who knows? These are all things that, we hope to find out in the near future. But, I'm a very damn the man, tinfoil hat type of guy, so I don't like the idea of Monopoly. But, I can't say I either hate it or completely love it. Yeah, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you people think. F and Terrence, signing off.